Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, back with another video for you guys. I'm here with a movie review, starting off with my October horror month, aka my scary movie reviews for October. And I'm very happy to finally review this movie because I've been talking about doing this movie for a really long time. It's one of my childhood favorites, and that is Don't Look Under the Bed. It is a Disney Channel original movie that came out in 1999, starring Aaron Chambers and Eric Ty Hodge II, directed by Kenneth, I can't even think of his last name at the moment, but this movie came out in 1999 on Disney Channel, and it's one of my favorite childhood movies that I remember watching a lot as a kid. Every time October came around, I knew Don't Look Under the Bed was one of the movies I was looking forward to, next to like Halloween Town and stuff like that. This is the one movie that I was really looking forward to, and every time that I tried to watch it, I would always miss it, or it would never come on at the right time. So I would really try to catch it when I wanted to watch it. But I really remember having a really good time with this movie, and now I'm gonna review it. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoy these reviews. I'll be doing more Halloween horror reviews throughout the month of October. I know I'm starting a little late, but I had to just get this review out. Like I said, I will be reviewing other movies in the month, but I'm trying to go more into kind of like kid-like horror films, not nothing like no extra scary stuff or stuff like that. The only exception is Halloween and Halloween Kills, because the newest Halloween come out this month, so I will be reviewing those as well. But enough rambling, let's get into the review for Don't Look Under the Bed. Let's get it, let's go. Alright, you guys, Don't Look Under the Bed is about a teenager named Frances Bacon, which is pretty funny, and she lives in this town called Middleburg, and when she starts high school, she skipped a grade going into high school, and it's a funny thing that everyone just keep pointing out how she skipped the grade and stuff like that, and all this stuff just started happening in this town, like a lot of weird things that has never happened before. Like, for instance, the time changes for some reason, like the time goes forward. There's dogs on roofs. There is there's gelatin in the swimming pool. There's eggs being thrown at cars for no reason. And also another aspect, which is hilarious, there's like the letter B graffitied all over the whole town, which is pretty funny. And the center of it is Frances, and Frances is like the one that is kind of put on the spot, that everyone thinks she's the one that is doing all these crazy things around town, and she really doesn't really believe what's going on. She doesn't understand. She tries to come up with a logical explanation of what's going on, and that's the one thing I did really like about this movie. They tried to put logical and the imaginary into the same sentence, and that really does not work. And that's the one thing that I feel like that Frances really tried to do, which I did like. It's also introduced the whole element of imaginary friends and the boogeyman, which comes into Eric Ty Hodges' character. He is Larry. He plays an imaginary friend, and I love the aspect of this movie. He's trying to convince Frances that he is an imaginary friend, that the boogeyman is real, that all of these things that she tried to put logic into it is no logic to it. As I do love every element of this story and what they do with this story. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into some criticism. I'm going to try not to judge it that much, because this is a Disney Channel original movie, you guys. This movie came out in the late 90s on Disney Channel, and the one thing I can criticize that this movie, if you didn't see it at a young age around the time when it came out, you might not enjoy it that much, because it is a little dated, it's a little over the top at certain elements, and some of the acting is a little one-noted. The Larry character does get a little over the top throughout the movie. But for me, I was a young kid watching this. I rolled with it. I really enjoyed it. I actually do enjoy the Larry character even today. And maybe that is because of nostalgic. I hate using that word because that's not really a good word to use on a critical level. But I'm really just talking this movie as a fan of the movie, because I am a fan of this movie. I like I said, I remember watching this all the time on Disney Channel. This is the one reason why I got Disney Plus, because it is available on Disney Plus. If you guys haven't checked it out, I would give it a watch on Disney Plus. It's only about an hour and 30 minutes, so I mean, there's worse things that's an hour and 30 minutes. But another thing going into the story as well is that this movie tries to show that maturity and immaturity are like they really judge on how, how mature you are, how immature you are, going into what Frances is going through with her character and her going into high school early. Is she ready to go to high school? Certain things like that. They do touch in this movie, but not that much. There's another aspect of the story that they touch on, is that the little brother has leukemia, and they touch on it, but not really that much. But that's not really the main focus of the story. Like I said, the main focus is that the boogeyman is out doing all these terrible things to frame Frances and to make it like she's doing all these things. And there's another reason why he's doing that, which I think I'm gonna go into spoilers just a little bit later, because like I said, the movie is over 20 years old. If you guys haven't seen it, you probably really don't care, but I would check it out though, for sure. But another thing I did enjoy, like I said, I do enjoy Eric Ty Hodges as Larry. He is pretty hilarious in this movie. What he goes in his level with his character, like he becomes funny, then there's certain scenes he becomes serious. He's a very different character that, if you guys don't know, he actually plays another character on Even Stevens. If you guys didn't know, he's kind of the same type of character in that show as well, which is funny. And his name is Larry as well, which is hilarious. But going more into the other characters, there's a lot of funny side characters. The dad is pretty funny. And I really did enjoy Aaron Chambers as Frances. I really did enjoy her as a character as well. I did like the direction that they do take in this movie. It's a lot of creepy scenes in this movie. Like there's a scene where Frances literally walks up to school and like everyone is like standing still. And it's like so creepy because like once the bell rings, everybody just starts walking. And it's so weird and so bizarre. There's other things that they do in this movie where every time Frances walks by something, it turns to look at her. And to me, that's creepy on another level, because we've all walked past like statues and stuff and thinking like, what if it's watching me as I'm walking past? And this movie does it to an extent, and it really does nail it, in my opinion. Another thing which I did love about this movie is I love the way the boogeyman looks. I love the way they use him and they set him up. You really don't see him for like the first couple acts of the movie, and then they may finally show them he is pretty terrifying. I love what they do. They show silhouettes and you see his hands, which his hands are pretty terrifying with his nails and stuff. And I do love that they just kind of build it up and kind of wait till you see you wondering, what does he look like? And when they do show him, it is pretty terrifying. The way his eyes look is really freaky. And like I said, I do love the aspect of the boogeyman in this movie. Going into some spoilers, because I do want to talk about certain things I really did enjoy in this movie, is that the whole idea of the boogeyman is that the boogeyman, imaginary friends, turns into boogeymen when the child stops believing in them at too young. So Larry was Darwin's, her little brother's imaginary friend, and the idea is that Frances made Darwin stop believing in things like that, because she felt like he needed to grow up. So she made him stop believing in Larry, and now Larry is slowly turning into the boogeyman. And the way they do the little hints that he's turning into is pretty freaky. Like his eyes changing and his nails growing, and then like the scene where we finally see him actually start turning into the boogeyman is pretty freaky, man. I love some of the scenes, the way they shot it. There's a lot of Dutch angles in this movie, which I love that they used it, because this movie, it kind of is in a Dutch angle. Like you really don't know what to believe and what to do. Another criticism, I guess I could say, for this movie is that Frances is being told throughout the entire movie by Larry that all this stuff, like imaginary friends, the boogie world, and all this stuff is real, and she denies it all the way to the end of the movie, to the point where she's in the boogie world and she still is like, what the heck is going on, bro? Like, Larry has literally shown all of these things that people just can't see, and only she can see, and she still just doesn't believe it. That's another thing that's kind of criticism of me. But for me, I've seen this movie so many times that I kind of use that as a side note. But I can see people who haven't seen it can see that as being a bit nauseating and or irritating as well. But overall, I really do enjoy this movie. Would I call it probably the scariest Disney movie? Yes and no. Like I said, it does get a little bit over the top. The comedy bits are great. But there are like some creepy imagery in this movie, some scary images in this movie as well. For this movie to be a Disney Channel movie, they do take some risk as well, which I do enjoy as well. So like I say, if you guys haven't checked out Don't Look Under the Bed, I would give it a watch. Go ahead and watch it. Turn your brain off. Enjoy it. Watch it with your kids. They might get a little freaked out. You might want to tell them that it's not real, because it is pretty creepy. I remember watching it as a little kid, and I was pretty terrified of the way the boogeyman, even the way Larry looks when he's turning into the boogeyman, is pretty freaky. I love the imagery as well. So like I say, if you guys enjoyed this review, please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more horror reviews, more scary movie reviews will be coming in the month of October. Hope you guys are ready for that. I do got like a couple more reviews planned out as well throughout the month, so hope you guys are ready for that. Please hit that like button. Please subscribe for more. And I'm on this one, you guys. Peace out.